Hello, hi guys, welcome you all to the DevOps Delight YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to see yet another task of our 100 days of DevOps task challenge. I am here on the Chrome browser. Let me type engineer.kodekloud.com/practice, hit enter. I directly got this tasks UI because I auto-saved my password and username. In your case, it may differ. It will prompt you to enter your username and password. Once you have given those details, you will also get the same screen as like me. Let me click on the start button. Today is day 18 of our 100 days of DevOps task challenge. We will see how to configure LAMP server task. Let me click on the start button. It may take 1 or 2 minutes to load our task. Meanwhile, I'm skipping the video here for a while. Okay, we got our task. First, let me read the task, then we will look into the solution. Xfusion Corp Industries is planning to host a WordPress website on their infra in Stratos data center. They have already done infrastructure configuration. For example, on the storage server, already have a shared directory /var www/html that is mounted on each app host under /var/www/html directory. Please perform the following steps to accomplish the task. Install HTTPD, PHP and its dependencies on all app hosts. Apache should serve on port 8085 within the apps. Install or configure MariaDB server and DB server. Create a database named Kodekloud_DB8 and create a database user named Kodekloud_gem identified as password something. Further, make sure this newly created user is able to perform all operations on the database you created. Finally, you should be able to access the website on LBR link by clicking on the app button on the top bar. You should see a message like app is able to connect to the database using user Kodekloud_gem. Okay, so first let me click on this app button here on top right. See, as of now, it is 503 service unavailable. It is the load balancer link. So once we fix the issue, then here in this, we can able to see app is able to connect to the database using user Kodekloud_gem. So now let me start installing HTTPD, PHP and its dependencies on all app hosts. So let me click on these details of all users and servers button to get our app server login details. Okay, Tony is the username, stapp01 is the server name of our app server 1. So let me copy the password, come back here, SSH, Tony is the username and server name stapp01, enter, type yes and paste it. Let me become the sudo user, paste it. And yeah, now we are logging inside the app server 1. In the same way, let me log in to two other of our app servers. So SSH app server 2 username is steve@stapp02. Type yes and then let me copy this password, paste it here, enter, sudo su space hyphen and then paste the password. Let me click on this plus icon, log into app server 3, SSH banner@stapp03, enter, type yes and this is the password. Let me copy it, paste it here, enter, sudo su space hyphen, let me paste it. Now we log into all our app servers. So let me log into DB server as well because we need to configure MariaDB, right? So let me log into DB server as well. Search for DB server. Peter is the username. stdb01 is the server name. Let me copy the password. Come here, SSH. Peter is the username. stdb01, enter, type yes, then paste the password, sudo su space hyphen, and then paste the password, enter. So in DB server, we need to install MariaDB server since we are already login as a root user in DB server. So first we need to check what is our OS distribution, release, and CentOS. For CentOS, we can use yum package, yum install, MariaDB-server and MariaDB. These two packages we need to be installed, and then it is installing. Meanwhile, let me log into this app server one. Here we need to install HTTPD, PHP and all its dependencies. So let me search for how to install PHP in CentOS. Let me click on this link, linuxsize.com. So let me copy this one, then come here. Let me paste it, enter. Let me do same in app server 2 as well. Let's wait for a while. Let me type yes. Go to app server 2. Let me type yes. Go to app server 3. Let me type yes. Yeah, it is completed. Now let me install HTTPD as well. Yum install HTTPD-y. So it will not wait for our input now. And in app server 2 as well, let me install HTTPD. Let me do the same thing in app server. HTTPD is also installed. So in all our app servers, we have installed HTTPD, PHP and its dependencies. And also in DB server, we have installed MariaDB. Alright, now let me enable MariaDB and check the status. So systemctl, enable MariaDB, systemctl, status, MariaDB. Okay, we need to start it. Systemctl, restart MariaDB. Now let me check the status. See, now it is up and running. Let me come back to our app servers. Here also we need to enable and restart and check the status of our HTTPD and PHP. Right? For that, systemctl, enable HTTPD, PHP, and also systemctl. Let me do all commands in a single line. Systemctl, restart HTTPD, PHP, systemctl, status, HTTPD, PHP. Let me copy it, enter. Let me go back to app server 1. Here also we need to enter same commands. Here as well, app server 2. Apache should serve on port 8085. Let me check where this Apache is running right now. Cat etc httpd and then conf/httpd.conf. So this is the path where we need to edit. type vi, enter. So let me come down, search for listen keyword. See, here we have by default HTTPD is running on 80 port. We need to make sure it is running on the 8085 escape colon x, enter. Let me restart it. Systemctl restart HTTPD. Let me go here in the app server 2. We go to the same path, vi etc slash httpd slash conf slash httpd.conf, enter. Come all the way down here till listen keyword. So here we have, and this should be listening on 8085 escape colon x, enter. Systemctl restart httpd, go to app server 3, vi slash etc httpd conf slash httpd.conf, search for listen keyword, edit the port number here. It is listening as 80. Let me type it as 8085 escape colon x, enter. Systemctl restart httpd. Alright, so now we need to create a database named Kodekloud underscore db8 and create a database user in the database server. So I am here on the database server. We need to log into MySQL. For that, we need to log in as a root user, sudo -u root MySQL. Now we are inside the MariaDB and we need to create a database. So create database is a command that we have to use. Create database, and then copy their name, paste it, semicolon at the end, show databases. We can able to see MySQL Kodekloud underscore db8. So that's what we created just now. And we need to create a database user named identified as the password. So for that, we need to use the create user. What is the name? Paste it, and then the with password. So what is the password? And comment it, enter. You have an error in your syntax. Let me check here how to create user in MariaDB. I have created DB and then create a new user. Okay, let me copy this. Let me comment it out, enter. And then here we are not we are going to give permissions at all hosts, right? So it's not just local host. So we are giving the percentage symbol, and then our username we need to give it here. Copy it, paste it here, and also our database name. So what is our database? So this is our database. Copy it, paste it here, type identified by, and then the password. Now remove this. So enter. Okay, let me give this single quotes. Yeah, it worked. So now to check users, so let me copy this command, paste it here, enter. So we can able to see Kodekloud underscore gem user and having access to all the hosts. So this all MariaDB MySQL root having access to localhost only applicable in this particular server that we are logged in. If we wanted to check the privileges, so we can use the show grants. So let me copy this command, paste it here, enter. Let me refresh the screen here to see whether it is working or not. Yes, app is able to connect it to the database using user Kodekloud underscore gem. That's what they asked us to get as a end result, right? So what we did was we logged into DB server, and within DB server we have installed MariaDB and then created database, and then the database user with some password and also given the permissions. After that we log into all our three of app servers and installed HTTPD, PHP and its dependencies. We restarted and checked the status of those services and also changed the